Welcome back to the End Zone here at Campus Insiders. The Texas Longhorns have failed to post double-digit wins in each of the past 3 years after doing so for 9 straight seasons. So is this a make-or-break year for Mack Brown? Pete Futek is our managing editor and resident Longhorn apologist. Let's put you on the spot here. Is Mack Brown's job in jeopardy? And if so, what does it have to do with anything that's going on in College Station?
I don't think it has anything to do with Texas A&M. Texas is all about Texas, and the problem is they're not playing for national championships. That talent level there is good enough to be able to beat anybody in the country. They have the recruits like an Alabama or a Georgia or an Oregon or anybody else. They just open the doors up on signing day and 5-star guys walk in. They just haven't done enough with that talent. Now, it's all relative. 9-4 at most places is fine. It's not good enough for Texas anymore. They should be able to hang with and beat anybody in the country, and they've got to be a lot stronger. This is a very, very soft team.
So the starting quarterback will most likely be David Ash. He struggled last year, nearly lost the job to Case McCoy. Are you sold Ash is the guy to lead this offense under coordinator Major Applewhite?
Absolutely. They've got to stick with him and just go with it. He's not the problem. The problem has been the defense. And when they get into any sort of a shootout and Ash has to start pressing a little bit, that's the issue. The defense, though, has got to be stronger. It had a hard time at the end of last year against the power teams. And when you got an offense that's not necessarily high octane, Ash has got to press a little bit. That's not what he's good at. He's good in the rhythm of the attack. When he gets to run a little bit, I think he'll be just fine. He's got the experience. He's got the talent around him. Now he's got to produce.
One of the things that should help the Longhorns, it seems like it's a rebuilding year in the Big 12.
Yep.
Did they just kind of win it by process of elimination?
They get everybody back. I mean, you talk about Mack Brown before and his job on the line. Well, there's absolutely no excuse now. They get everybody back on both sides of the ball. They've got a ton of depth. They've got more talent than anybody else in the Big 12 by far. And like you said, everyone else is taking a little bit of a step back. Oklahoma is a little bit weaker. Kansas State's not going to be quite as strong. Oklahoma State's going to be better, but Texas has more talent than them. Again, talent. They've got 4- and 5-star recruits all across the board. They've got to be stronger. They've got to get that production to match their tools.
All right, Pete, prediction time now for you. How will arguably the best resource program in the country fare in 2015?
With this schedule, there's absolutely no excuse not to go 12-0, but it's Texas. It's not going to happen that way. Texas is going to have problems with the power running teams. They're going to have problems with the better defenses. I think they lose in a wild game at BYU to start the season. They beat Ole Miss, and then they get through everybody else. Like we alluded to before, Kansas State's weaker. Oklahoma's weaker. They get the Wildcats at home. They get Oklahoma State at home. Everyone else should be manageable. There's no reason this team should go anything worse than 11-1.
All right, Pete, we'll see how it all shakes out. Thanks very much. For more college football previews around the Big 12 and the rest of the country, keep it here at CampusInsiders.com.